Hello, how are you? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I can't believe you got it done.
Just in time.
Amazing.
Just in time.
Amazing. Yeah, because it was August when I was here with the premiere. And
yeah.
I know how much work's gone in because you hear it around the grapevine, around the island, and it's like, oh, are they going to get it done? Are they going to get it done? But you did.
See a few little things not quite, but almost there.
Yeah, no, it looks magnificent just from this very entrance. Here we are at the Southern Ocean Lodge. Everything's been fixed and rebuilt after being completely burnt down. So yeah, pretty amazing what they've done. It's the media over there. And then we've got Sunshine. Sunshine has been rebuilt by Indiana James, a friend of mine.
I need to just get that sort of time frame works, but I was just suggesting to do.
Hello, good morning.
I'm Charlotte from the island, and this is Stan from the island.
Dan, how are you going?
Hello, Dan.
Charlotte?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Raj.
Raj.
As a supervisor.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Amazing.
We've got a lot of returning staff, which
Oh,
is
that's a
lovely.
great
So
sign, yeah.
Yeah,
Mash
obviously,
was with us as an intern
Yes.
back in
2019.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you
new
very
job.
much, yeah. I got the job back and I'm here, yeah.
It's nice warm vibe because you probably have met before, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you come from the Adelaide hotel school? There were quite a few people here from the...
ICHM,
Yeah.
International College of Hotel Management.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's it. I knew it was somewhere.
Yeah.
That's in Adelaide, isn't it?
It's, yeah, in Adelaide. It's now in Curry Street.
Right.
Yeah, it was in TAFE, but now in Curry Street. Yeah.
Let's go through the dining room. Like the Kangaroo Island themed cushions. There's still workers happening out there. There used to be a spa out here, but I think they've moved the spa now. Oh no, there it is there, down there. I think that's different.
It was more of a spa and less of a pool. That's a different design.
Yeah, it was on this deck there was a spa, but that looks like a bigger one down there
You get
now.
that shot.
Here we have Janine McIntosh, local artist. She makes these magnificent leaf artworks. There's a reflection there, but it looks great. They're all lined up.
Yeah, so he's quite yeah, that was yeah. Where the people with because our
Ross is very well known here. Jim Barry, that's a name we've known forever.
yeah.
And we're just waiting on it finalising our cellar masters, so that's where the Grange and Hill of Grace and everything will be behind the glass when that comes.
So maybe limit that
Yeah.
accessibility.
Of course, I'm very blessed to
But
have
look at Jolie,
Max
because
pictured
I
again.
think that might be a real draw card. Who's this thing?
Don't worry, we'll send you the bill.
Yeah.
Whose is the sculpture on the ceiling?
Oh, amazing.
Whose is the work on the ceiling?
Jan Patrick artist.
Right.
So people that follow
Did you
it around Winnipeg, so that's like 2 million.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, she's asking
All right.
stressful out here, isn't it?
And this is all a totally new space. We didn't have this before.
Okay.
So the new wedding pool and fire tables.
Now, that was not here when I was the last one. That looks amazing. That's great. But they just told me that it's got that really big have this little bit.
That's right. We had a small one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's on the luxury market.
And this is only just been semi-finished. We're still, cleaning through. But so there's 25 keys in total. There's 23 keys running down what we call this breezeway. So, and this breezeway is really meant to be reminiscent of an outback house.
And also, it's really like the soundproofing. I think it's something
Oh yeah, it does. It makes a big difference this time.
I love that.
So they're all Janine McIntosh.
So she lives here on the island. That's Janine, and then behind the bed is Janet Aliff, who went to school with Max Pritchard, our architect, on Kangaroo Island, and that's her son, Llewellyn's light and the plate, and there's another little piece in the bathroom as well.
So come on through, everyone. You can all fit in.
Yep.
And this is the new view that we were talking about. That we have that incredible view now. Every suite angles down the coast as well as straight out to sea.
So have you changed the orientation?
Yeah.
slightly?
So the orientation of the suites changed,
Right.
and that was a great. Hattie and I sat down with Matt Pritchard a few months after the fire when we'd made the decision to rebuild, and he talked about, we all talked about what was great, but what could we do better? And we all sort of said, well, what a privilege to be able to do something a second time and have that opportunity to review what you did. And we decided that the great room should be exactly the same because we thought it was timeless. But with the suites, we thought, well, 14 years on, there's an opportunity to be more with the times and change. And Max came up with this brilliant idea. We'd always face straight out to sea, which we loved, but by angling them, it gave us that ability to look straight down. Retardant species, and will form basically a ground cover. So it will green up, but it gives us that buffer for the future. Because previously we had, full vegetation right to the sides, which was good.
But then how high will they grow?
Not very
Very
high,
low lying.
up to about 30 centimetres.
So it's very similar to the front part there. It'll just come.
Beautiful. Well, let's if anyone wants to pop in and have a look at the bathroom on the way through, feel free.
Oh, and then I just want to add one thing. I just want to add one thing, Jamie.
Yeah.
I want to add one thing. That I stayed in here the other night. And
Don't sit on the bed.
no, I won't. The most incredible thing, which I don't think anyone realised this, but if you sleep with the blinds up, you can lie there and you can see the stars in the sky and you can see the Southern Cross.
I watched it last night.
It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And I was almost, I couldn't believe it. I was like, who would have thought, because of the orientation of the room now, just that angle's just perfect.
Southern Cross, right there.
Yeah. So that was lovely last night with some of the journalists they slept with some of our guests.
Yeah.
We were all talking about it this morning at breakfast. And they're like, yes, we saw the stars. I'm like, no. I would have thought. It's like a bonus.
And you don't realise how high it could have got.
Yes.
Got a tour of the bathroom, most important part of any hotel room, right?
All different arts, all different series. And she spent time on site, and there's one here from Penguin Cove out the front, Hanson Bay, there's a Flinders Chase one, and there's a North Coast one. She's got these different. Yes, okay, so we're going to head down to the spa.
Yes.
Okay. No, we don't, because you have to have to get enough of the therapist, so we tend to find that it's easier to get the ones that we don't offer the full beauty. So this is the curtain that we've erected, because behind the curtain is
work in progress.
Work in progress.
We're not down there. So that's another one that I'll give you a brief glimpse. But look.
Show the minister.
Yeah, I'll show you. Actually, do you want, before they come, do you want to have a quick look? You're not allowed to come, Stan. Oh, Stan, nice to see you.
Hey, nice to see you, nice to see you.
Come on through here, but we're not letting them look.
Yeah, you go with the minister, I'm going to guard it.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the next. That's the wing. The extension of the wings.
Yeah, so this is the, oh yes,
No,
so
that's the wings. The extension. Of
no, this is
not the extension. Sorry, that's just the rest of the wings.
the rest of the lodge. Yes,
And
the
then-
rest of the rooms and the osprey pavilions at
And
the
then,
end.
and then this is the new spa.
This is all new, yeah.
The spa used to be up the top, and now it's down here.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
This treatment's in progress.
Okay, if you want to go into the spa, let's go.
Very quietly. So we've got the desk on the floor tonight.
Okay.
So just come out.
So increasing the size of this, was that one of your big decisions that you needed to make? Yeah, because like you said, had the opportunity to redo it all again, but then you have to make quite significant decisions.
I think when we decided we were going to change the location,
Yes.
and also over the 15 years, people, especially our American guests, they don't want to put their shoes on and go running around the dirt tracks and riding on mountain bikes. They want to go to the gym. They don't want to get their trainers dirty.
Right.
You know, it's sort
That's
of
understandable.
things are different. You know, so you've got to this. So they're like, oh, everyone just always wanted gyms, so we gave them a gym. And so this is found objects from the fire. So this is something
Wow.
the original Southern Ocean Lodge. And Janine McIntosh created this as an art installation, but you've got everything from a butter dish, you've got the cocktail shaker, you've got building materials, you've got ceramics from the Malcolm Greenwood tableware.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. What a special piece
That's
of
really
artwork.
cool, isn't it?
That's such a great idea.
Life chain.
Yeah.
All different things.
Well, this beautiful, is this beautiful aqua?
But they were the table bases that were up on the terrace before.
I don't know if I should say I get into trouble, but when I came out here right after it burnt, I picked up a piece of glass and it's sitting on my desk.
Oh, that's okay. That's great.
That's so kind.
Come on through to the gym and the pool deck, and then after it's in progress, it'll be after the start today. So we'll do is just a safe walk through the dome talking, just have a quick look.
Yeah. Can we go into?
I know which one we go to.
Yeah.
Sorry. So come on.
Doing a good job with the doors. Oh wow. Be interesting to see how the actual, it's not mallee, but the scrub, how
Well, that is mallee.
It is mallee.
Yeah, so with all the mallees regrowing,
Yeah.
and then that's the dead trunk of a mallee,
Right.
but it's the plant is alive under it.
So eventually that grey, the trunks will fall down and they'll be back to
Yeah.
the... We were trying to think of when it actually opened. Was it 2000?
2008.
2008, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Because I was on the island in 2005.
29th of March 2008.
Right.
Yep.
The door might be open.
No, so, yeah, just 1 sec. So we'll just take a quick quiet walk through. She's coming out about 11. Oh no, she's coming out of the couples room, and I'll be in the air treatment room until 12. So
There's an advert in the local paper advertising for a window clean, a full-time window clean. I only noticed it because there's lots of comments.
Yeah, no, thank you. Osprey Pavilion right at the very end, which is one suite. And we're going to take up now to the 4-bedroom ocean pavilion, which guests can take 2 suites or 4. You know, we've had the Saudi, some of the princes and Saudi royals have had the, different, do get brand groups in that, which charter all these other properties too. So we're really now this is another piece by James who did the Kangaroo, and these are spoons and forks in different parts parts of the original lodge.
Wow.
Quite true one to catch up so we don't lose them, hey?
Yep. Mirror.
Fantastic fish.
Are they called like a floating fireplace?
Suspended.
Focus is the brand. The fire in the great room is the one down at the main lodge is the original fire that got refurbished. So it's the
The one.
up again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so there must be photographing the bedroom. That's why I got the.
So this is what's called the Ocean Pavilion, and there's 4 bedrooms, and so really like, I suppose, in traditional sense, an owner's cottage. 4 bedrooms, 2 lounge rooms, 2 swimming pools, and also a private kitchen. So it's quite an extensive facility. So it then can be also booked as 2 bedrooms. So it can be done separately as well. Yeah, so just came to last night. We'll show you one of the bedrooms, and this is what's called Ocean Pavilion West.
So really just called the end of what we're saying, is that one of the original fireplaces?
No, the one in the great room
Is
the original, and the whole lodge is literally gone, it's still there.
Wow, okay.
So it's got sent off and been fully refurbished. You can still see the original rivets in it. It now sits a tiny little bit higher. Obviously, they can cover it off.
Right, okay. Yeah, they're incredible fireplaces, aren't they?
And this is Llewellyn Ash again. Beautiful fish that he made with Jam Factory.
Yeah.
And what's the process for making those?
So it's like 6 people, and there's three people just working actually on each individual one took about 45 minutes to blow, and then they've got to do the cold working, and so he said it's probably 6 hours of work in each fish. And him and his brother came over and they'd already 3D, like where it was all on the wall, and I just think it looks so beautiful. It was a curved wall, so I'm trying to think of something for a curved wall.
Yeah.
Alright, whoever wants to have a quick peek, we're just in the middle of a film shoot. So basically you can see you've got the 4 bedrooms along. That's right, we'll just do a quick spin. I was about to move those books. I thought they left those books outside.
Yeah, good. So all of the art in the Ocean Pavilion is from the APY lands. So this is Janice Stanley from Ernabella. Next door we've got the Lionel sisters from Ernabella as well. We've got the small Zachary Fielding and some new Burton from APY Collective.
So yeah, so four of these are all identical, the bedrooms.
Oh, that looks so good. That looks great.
Wow,
George.
amazing. All right.
You're making the sun light.
Fantastic.
So you've essentially got 4 rooms the same as this, but just different. Different art on the walls. And that's Nick Hannaford. So there's a whole. So this is his grandfather James, Sir James Holden's fishing diaries, a line of sight, obviously before GPS, where you try and find the best fish on the best fishing spots on the North Coast.
They'd still be handy, I reckon.
Yes, yeah, and beautiful stories behind it all.
So you can design, they can know it's so young. No crime.
So yeah, that's the actual marks there that you can see where they line up the trees, and that's where the good whiting spots are. Very cool.
I haven't actually seen what status it's at.
I don't know if we'll be able to walk through it. We can congratulate, come and see what it's really like. No filming.
Today here is it at the moment, or
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
not that it's actually cold.
There we go, the end of the boardwalk. Boardwalk, cliff, Hanson Bay, there's the lodge there. Thanks for watching everybody, see you next time.
Period. And now it's all, we've just let it grow back, you know, and it's growing back beautifully. And we've now got the 20-metre zone around the lodge, which is planted out with succulents, with low flammable plants. All have come from this property. So we've done cuttings and we've propagated them. 45,000 plants we've propagated and planted out now. And that will be an ongoing thing.
Okay, Ben, I'm good to go, mate.
We did sound check ready.
All good.
Okay. So, Minister, first of all, your reaction to the rebuild of this incredible site.
Well, look, this is an absolute jewel in the Kangaroo Island crown, and you know, the commitment by James and Hayley to build back this beautiful lodge is really significant, particularly as we want to attract back that international tourism market.
So I hear that phrase jewel in the crown used quite a lot in relation to the Southern Ocean Lodge. Why is it a jewel in the crown of South Australian tourism?
Well, look, I think it takes the best of what we have to offer here in South Australia. It's really about the natural beauty, it's about regional food and wine, and the experiences that you can have here in Kangaroo Island as well. So obviously quite an intimate setting, and people who want that time out, but connect to nature at the same time.
In terms of luring the international market, first of all, how important is that for South Australian tourism?
Well, you know, we've done really well this year at $9.9 billion, our highest ever. It's a record visitor economy, but the international market isn't completely back to where it was. And we know that luxury lodges like this draw attention of that international crowd, turns people's heads, and a catalyst to come and book here. They see what it has to offer, and they want to have that time out with their family.
Obviously, as spectacular as it is, it's relatively intimate in the sense that it can only have so many people at any given time. Is it more about the reputation versus, you know, the number of tourists who will visit this particular
Look, it certainly goes into the reputation of South Australia and Australia, but people come to Kangaroo Island for lots of different reasons, and one of the best things is the diversity of accommodation. You know, you can have a tent here, or you can have a cabin, there's hotels as well, and then of course the lodge. So lots of different opportunities depending what you're looking for.
Obviously not even 4 years since we saw the fires that caused so much devastation here on Kangaroo Island, and including where we're standing right now. Can you kind of believe how it's made such a comeback, and how would you characterise that comeback?
Well, I think it's a certainty that we've provided. South Australian Government has obviously put a lot of support into tourism. We think it's an incredibly important industry, and it's opening and reopening this lodge that shows that commitment, as well as being supported by others. You know, James and Hayley made that decision to rebuild, and they rebuilt in some tweaks here and there, some expansion parts to suit particularly the American market who come here as well. I'm thrilled that it's taken this very short period of time to come back, given it's been such a constrained time for construction as well.
And I know that we've saw some cruise ship passengers disembarking this morning. I understand the first of 3 ships that will be coming over the next couple of days.
So 3 ships in 3 days, yes, fantastic. And 2 who've never been to Kangaroo Island before.
So how important is that in terms of the broad picture here, the cruise ships, just the general revival?
Yeah, look, there's 31 cruise ship visits coming into Kangaroo Island for this season, and about 124 in South Australia in general, building year on year. In fact, an economic impact of 215 million.
Fantastic. If I can just ask you a couple of questions at the other end.
And we're good to go, Ben.
Okay, just for the purposes of some producers watching back in our office, can I get your name, please, James?
James Baillie.
Okay.
Just a little closer to me, Ben.
Sure. James, first of all, congratulations. Today's obviously the culmination of a lot of hard work to get back to here. How do you feel today?
Oh, amazed and so happy that here we are after almost just shy of 4 years from when Southern Ocean Lodge was lost to the fire, that we've swung our incredible rusty doors open again to our first guests. So I've actually got goosebumps talking about it, but it's been a culmination of so much hard work from so many people, and yeah, it's just incredible to see the lodge back open again.
I know we want to focus on now and where we're moving, but if I can just take us back to January 2020, learning about what was happening on Kangaroo Island, obviously before the fire itself, and then seeing what unfolded. What was that like for you, given this is such an important place for you?
It was a surreal experience. We were actually on Lord Howe Island with our family, and Hayley and I came back from diving and with a message to say call Capella Lodge, which is a sister property to Southern Ocean Lodge. And I called, and no mobile reception on Lord Howe, hence and we were told that the lodge had evacuated, and 5 of our team were left here, and I think our last guest had left at 1 or 1:30, and the fire hit the property around 3:30 in that afternoon. So it was a surreal experience. We all lived it and what they were living through in our bunker. And then I chartered a plane and flew over here at about 10 o'clock the next morning, and I can remember coming through the clouds above the lodge and seeing it still on fire, and the smell, and it was surreal. I really couldn't believe it was happening. This property is Hayley and my DNA. It's something that we created from scratch in a very, very remote location against many odds. And we often said at the time, well, we'll build it and they'll come. And they did. And I think the next few weeks it was, we'll build it again and they'll come again.
Was there ever a period where you didn't think you'd build it again?
There was a moment, I think, and I often talk, Hayley and I have a fairly symbiotic relationship in terms of she's always the positive and I can sometimes be not the glass is half full. And I think the time I came down, I remember my boots, 3 days after the fire, my boots were melting, walking around, and it was just apocalyptic. And there was a moment where I thought, this is just too hard, the landscape has just been raised. But it was Hayley that actually said, no, Australians are resilient, Australian bush is resilient. And I was saying only this morning that it was a privilege to build Southern Ocean Lodge the first time, but we decided that it was our duty to bring it back because it's added so much to the economy of Kangaroo Island, the profile of Kangaroo Island, but also to South Australia, and luxury tourism in Australia generally. There's an incredible trickle-down effect from iconic properties like this, and Southern Ocean Lodge was the poster child of experiential luxury in Australia.
So in terms of what still exists here that was before, can you talk us about some of the features that I suppose are true to the original integrity of the
Well, where we're standing now is what we call the Great Room, and this room was totally rebuilt from scratch. The concrete slab remained after the fire. The fireplace in this great room was actually the original fire, and of course fireplaces don't burn, so that was lucky, although it has been off for a major nip and tuck and has come back to site. But this room is uncannily the same, and that's what we wanted it to be. Max Pritchard, a well-known South Australian architect, Hayley and myself, we decided that it was timeless, and in fact behind us is really a celebration of some incredible Australian and South Australian design. The beautiful Kailuu furniture, so incredible Australian furniture designer, that's really the standout behind us. And so this area is just so special to us. But of course the suites, we had the opportunity to do something different, and so we've reorientated those. We've created a new 4-bedroom ocean pavilion, a new day spa, so there's some amazing new features. But it's true to its original design, which is organic luxury. And it's something that we really value. It's that spirit of generosity, relaxed luxury, first name service. But behind it all is the wow factor of where we're located. Because if you didn't have this incredible spot on this cliff overlooking the Southern Ocean Lodge would be nothing.
If I can ask, what have you done as much as you can do to try to protect this place if another fire to happen at that scale?
Well, we've done so much, and probably the highlight is our huge water storage now. So we went from just over 1 million litres of rainwater storage to 5 million litres. We've got the most cutting-edge fire protection system, including sprinklers surrounding the property. We've got early fire detection cameras mounted that can warn us of any approaching threat or even a lightning strike that might be in the local area. The building has been redesigned in fire retardant materials. The plants, over 50,000 plants have been hand reared here, native fire retardant plants which now surround the proximity of the lodge. The lodge has an internal sprinkler system, which we weren't required to do, but at quite significant cost of over $1 million, we put that in as well. So the list goes on, but very significant. I think we're determined that a $60 million asset this time around is safe and sound.
Is it though, like, I don't mean to be negative, but if there was another fire like that, with all of the precautions that have been taken, does it ever worry you that it might go again?
Well, I think in this situation we have the previous fire was, let's say it's a 1 in 100 year, 1 in 200 year event, but the reality was there was no recorded history of fire ever on this site before. And I think that terrible situation of the 2 fires converging over that festive period and becoming out of control and turning into what was ultimately a wildfire, I just hope that never repeats again. But everything is in place to make sure that the lodge is much more protected than it was before.
In terms of what people can expect to pay for some of the rooms on this side, can you give us an idea of where these will start from?
Sure. Around $3,000 a night for 2 people, and minimum 2-night stay, and that's all inclusive. So it might sound it, but everything is breakfast, lunch, dinner, incredible local produce, the amazing bar. So we call it our adult lolly shop, but essentially help yourself. There's over 200 South Australian wines. We only have South Australian wines, and also beers here. So that's all included. Plus, it's not just a room. We have a full experiences program, so our guests can get out and about with our guides and experience the wonders of Kangaroo Island in style.
How important for you is it that this place is still preserving what Kangaroo Island's all about and celebrating that, I suppose, rather than big tourism kind of coming in and taking over and changing what the island has always been about?
I think for us it's about less is more, and Southern Ocean Lodge has its place. It's a real sense of place. And I often talk about the word privilege of place, and we value that intimate style of tourism that really allows guests to immerse in an incredible natural ecosystem. It's really a luxury base camp. So for us, it's what Hayley and I love. So that's our background.
Thanks, James. Any other?
See you later.
Wrong one.
Go on, pull up your car. It's not that heavy. You're locked in there. You're not going anywhere.
Secret password?
Push. Yep.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks, girls. Lovely to meet you.
See you soon.